Hi, friends. Welcome to another edition of Burst of Brilliance. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Phoebe Trotman. If you are watching us live today, drop a one. Let us know where you're watching in from. If you're catching us on the replay, thank you for watching the replay. Drop a two and let us know where you're calling in from. So, we are here today with one of my good friends and mentors, Vanessa Hunter. And Vanessa, I'm excited for you to be here. And thank you so much for your contribution to Never Quit on a Bad Day, which now is available on Amazon. And so part of the reason I wanted to invite you and the other contributors on is so that people can get to know the people behind the pages. And so, V, you have just been such an incredible friend and mentor. It's been over a decade that we've known each other. Can you believe that? It's gone by
That's
quickly.
crazy.
I know it's gone by so quickly. And I'm just like so grateful for you and the influence and impact that you've had in my life. And you were one of the first people that I shared this idea of never quit on a bad day. And right away when I shared it with you, you just like were like, yes, go for it, and this and that. And it was just like it meant so much because as you know, when you have an idea, God gives you a vision or something, you're kind of like, should I do it? I don't know. And I was like, and you just were like, yes. And so I just want to say a massive thank you. And, once I was like, okay, this is happening right away, you were the first person that I was like, well, I'm going to ask her if she'll write the forward. And you, as you always do, went above and beyond and did a forward and an afterward. And which is awesome. But why did you say yes? Even when I first shared the idea why did you say go for it? And then why were you on board to help contribute the way you have with this book?
Well, first of all, Phoebe, congratulations. I am so excited about this book. I'm so excited that you did it, that you just leaned in to doing something like this. And the reason I said yes is because we've all been there. We've all had bad days, right? We've all had those days when you think, I can't keep doing this, whatever it is, whether it's, a job or kids or family members or whatever it may be. We've all had times when we felt like, I just cannot do this any longer. And I think one of the reasons that I was so excited about this when you told me about the idea is that I knew that it would help other people realize that they're never alone. There are other people that have walked your path and that are in the same boat.
Absolutely. And so tell me a little bit. So you've been, I mean, by my side throughout the process, from the initial idea to like, oh, I think, what about this person, that person? However, you didn't see everything until it was like, okay, here it is. Are you open to writing it forward? Here's the book, read it. Let me know if you're on board, kind of thing. And what are your thoughts on the book? Because you've seen it kind of in digital, and then now you have like the actual book. Like what are your overall thoughts about it? Oh, it
Well,
matches
first
you
of all,
too.
as soon as sorry.
I said it matches when you held it up with the blue. I was like, oh,
Oh,
great.
oh,
Side note,
didn't
random.
notice. Anyway, no, first of all, I was so impressed. Like it looks so nice. And I just love, I do consume a lot of content digitally, but there's something about holding a book in your hands and being able to flip through it. The fact that you went color on the inside, goodness, girl. I mean, just so many things.
Because the pictures, I mean, friends, if you're watching, it is available on Amazon. You can get color or you can get black and white. Yeah, it was just something about some of the pictures, they just come to life in color a little bit more than the black and white. But it's available in
They
both.
sure
It is
do.
available in both.
Yeah. Well, I just love it. I love the design of it. I love the content. And that's the most important part for me. I did it. It's impressive. It's impressive when you pick it up. It's impressive. You were so sweet in sending me a copy along with a mug. And it was just or a thermos. It was just such a cool touch. But then when I actually started reading the stories, so it's not just a pretty face, right? It's not just a pretty face. I started reading the stories and I had read them again in digital form, but there's something about looking at the written word in the book that just it was like experiencing it all over again. And the only thing I can really equate it to is sometimes you read a book and then sometimes you go and see the movie that's about the book. or
Mhm.
sometimes you'll go see a Broadway play about the book. And so I just think that there's a different experience for everybody. And reading this was just amazing. Amazing that you have so many people in your life that are so willing to share their stories and their hardships and their trials and tribulations, and do that in a way that really is going to serve other people.
And I'm so grateful, like, that everyone just said yes, and, in doing these bursts of brilliance, it was nice because the contributors, no one really knew who was gonna be in the book, and so they just kind of got this little, like, surprise, like, "Oh, this person's in it? Yes," and they had
Right.
no idea, and that just I mean, it means so much that everyone was so willing to share their stories and their struggles because, as we know, struggle is where success comes from, that you build that
Yes.
character, and so I'm just so grateful to all the contributors and just so grateful for you for, taking time out because you have a lot on your plate. You are a very busy woman. So I just really, really appreciate it. So in reading the book, is there a story that and the interesting thing what I find too is depending when you read the book, different things will pop out at different times. But is there a story, if you had to just choose one that really connected with you, which story would it be and why?
Well, Phoebe, some of my friends are in here, so
I know, so it's a loaded question. So if you're close
it's
with
a
Vanessa,
loaded
it will
question.
be
So
okay.
I loved, I loved reading Jordan's story and Steve's story and Scott's story, but I think what really, I mean, Jimmy Dick, I can't read his words without hearing them in his voice. And so for me, his story is so powerful because it I think everyone can relate to it, but it also made me realize, and I've heard that story before from Jimmy, and that's why I could hear it in his words, right? Because it's just so solid. But I think it made me realize, or replanted the seed, if you will, or fertilized the seed, that the things that we say to people, the things that we say to children, the things that happen to us as children are important things that need to be acknowledged and need to be examined and can lead to all kinds of things later in life unless you do what Jimmy did. And I'm going to leave it at that because I'm not going to reveal his story, but unless you yeah, do what Jimmy
Yeah.
did.
So powerful. And I love the story. So, friends, if you're watching and you haven't had a chance to grab a copy of the book, the way the book's set up is it's a collection of short stories. So, one of the things that is fun about the book, if you're a person who wants to read it cover to cover, you can. You can start at the very beginning, read it all the way to the end. If you're like, I just want to read a chapter a day, I always recommend read the introduction first. So, you get the foreword and the introduction. So, you get the concept of the book. But then you can just open a book to a chapter, you can read it. At the end of every chapter, there is a reflections on resilience. So there's a little workbook that you can work through for yourself. And then there's also at the end of every chapter, there is a little QR code to a video. And so there's a video of encouragement from the contributors. And so Jimmy's story in his video is the video story that Vanessa and I are talking about. It's one of my favorite stories. It was so powerful. Every time I hear it, it just lands because it's a message that everybody needs to hear.
Mhm.
So it is, yeah, highly, highly recommend watch that video because it's a powerful story for everyone. Everyone needs to remember that belief in that child. And that's all we're going to say right there. Okay. So who do you think can benefit from reading this book?
Um, Everyone with a pulse. I mean, honestly, and I'm saying that because I don't mean that in a flip way, but honestly, there's not a person that I've ever come across in life that hasn't had some sort of adversity, that hasn't had some sort of challenge, that hasn't had something that they've had to work through. And so I think just picking up this book, and whether you read it cover to cover, like you just said, or you just read one of the stories, you'll get something out of it that is going to encourage you and as I said before, make you realize that you're not alone. And I think that's the hardest thing for people when they're going through tough times. It's so lonely. It's such a lonely path. And so I imagine, and that's the other thing, Phoebe. This is a great book to send to people going through a tough time too. So it's
Mhm.
not just your own consumption, but now I have something that's more than just a, hey, hang in there, buddy. Like,
Yeah.
that's more than just like a pat on the back for somebody, but something tangible that may just give them some hope.
I love that. Absolutely. And that is one of the hardest things, as you said, is feeling like you're alone. And when I was reading it, and again, I didn't know, I asked the contributors, I sent them some questions and they worked through it. And I really didn't know how it was gonna turn out in terms of what stories, and because
Yeah.
again, we everyone has a lot of challenging times. So it just was like pick one that has been a struggle, and just the differences in all the stories, yet the commonalities in all the stories is one of the things
Yes.
that jumped out. And so to know
Mhm.
that, yeah, as you just said, we're
Mhm.
not alone in our struggles, and here's some ideas and things that can
Yes.
help give you some hope or help you work through it when you're going through a challenging time. And that's what I enjoyed about just reading it too, is like the thoughts and just being like, oh yeah, oh, wow, he went through that. Oh my gosh, okay. And he
Mhm.
still did this. Wow, I can do
Mhm.
this where I'm at. I can do this. And so now what do you do if you're having kind of not a like, oh, this day is like everything's piling on you, but just even a moment where you're having a little bit of a struggle, you're frustrated, you're disappointed, whatever, just kind of low energy. What is something that you do to shift your energy?
I do a couple of things. So I really, really believe that um, being physical is incredibly helpful for my mental stability, mental health. So even if I just have a quick moment, I my favorite thing to do is go take a walk and just be like alone with my thoughts, right? Just kind of think through things, or don't think about it, just put it on the shelf for a minute. But I think that if I only have a couple of minutes, as I often do in between meetings, I may come off, and this is really key for business people. You might come off a meeting where the energy was low, or you're frustrated with the situation, or something has come up, and you have to immediately switch into something completely different because you have to show up for that next person, right? You've got to show up in a different way for that very next person. And so one of the things I love to do is just step away from my desk for a second. I call it my big bear exercise, where I just like put my arms out. I say a little prayer. I want good energy to come my way. And then I just take a deep breath, sit back down, and then I'm ready.
That is, and you call it your bear exercise? Do you
Big
actually
bear,
like
big
big
bear.
bear?
I literally am like,
That's great. I'm gonna do the big bear. That's awesome. See, this is why it's called Burst of Brilliance, friends, because just in those moments, different things. And what do you do? Let us know, comment below and let us know what is something you do, because I truly believe in collective wisdom. And that's why I wanted to do these bursts of brilliance, so you can get to know the people behind the pages, but also so we can kind of come together and share tips and share strategies and things that can help and encourage other people as well, too. So let me ask you this, Vanessa, knowing everything that you've gone through, knowing where you are now, if you could speak to your younger self, so let's go back 20 years, and if you could speak to your younger Vanessa, or just someone in their 20s, if you will, or late teen, what kind of advice would you give them? What would be something you would want to share with younger Vanessa, just the younger generation as a whole?
I wish I would have connected with my intuition sooner and
Mm,
listened to it. And listen to it. That's the important thing, because I kind of squashed that for a very long time. I think just play by your own rules and don't listen to, if I was speaking to my younger self, play by your own rules, listen to your intuition, don't listen to other people. Let your inner voice be louder than other people's voices.
ooh, I love that. Someone please write that down below. Let your inner voice be louder than other people's voices. That is a gem right there. That is a gem right there. I'm like, just let's pause and let that one sink in, because that's something for all of us right now, even like to
Mhm.
really trust yourself and your
Yeah.
intuition. And
Yes.
that's a gem. I love that. Thank you. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wrap up with a little game. So I have my coin, and you would think at this point my flipping abilities would be improving. Still a little rusty, but we're gonna see. So you get to choose. So you get to choose heads or tails. So whatever it lands on, that's what we're going to play. But it's kind of like you're choosing, but whatever lands on is what we're playing anyway. So if it's heads, we're going to play lightning, where I just fire rapid fire questions, basically whatever pops in my head at you.
Okay.
Super short. If it's tails, then we're going to play where we go back and forth and we play hot potato. So I ask you, then you get to answer, then you fire one back. Okay. So you still call it, but really I just choose anyway. Okay. Go ahead.
Heads.
What do you think? It's tails. We're playing a little bit of hot potato.
Hot potato. So we go back and forth?
We go back and forth. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me just set the timer over here. And I say it's a minute, but we usually go a little bit longer because it's fun and random questions start to flow. Okay. So we're hot potato. You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay.
Coke or Sprite?
Neither. Neither. I'm a water girl. Ocean or mountains?
Ocean. Big ocean. I'm a big ocean girl. Sand or snow?
Oh, easy. Sand, more sand again, and some more sand after that one. Salty or sweet?
Oh, both. I have both? Yes, I can, because I make my own rules. So yes, both.
Fair enough. I support that. Your turn.
Is it always an alternative, or can I ask you a question?
You can do a question as long as it's
like, what is your favorite snack?
My favorite snack? Probably potato chips or popcorn. Is it supposed to be healthy snack, or I just go to the treat?
I did not say healthy. Your favorite snack, whatever. Oh, Phoebe, your favorite snack when you're stressed out on a bad day?
Ooh. Okay, I'm not necessarily a stressed out eater. However, right now, if I could have a snack pop up right here, it would be ice cream.
Me too.
I really want ice cream. What kind of flavor is your favorite ice cream? Now it's back to you.
And here's the hilarious thing. I'm not a big ice cream eater, but all of a sudden I want some ice cream.
Yes, I know. Me too.
Yeah. Strange. And I want the kind of ice cream that's going to give me the salty and sweet, right? So I want
smart
peanut butter chocolate or something like that. I don't want crazy flavors. I went somewhere the other day and they had some crazy spicy coffee bean or something that.
No, I'm with you straight up. Okay, back to hot potato. Go. Question.
What's your?
It's my turn to ask you your question. Go ahead.
Oh, it's you? It's your turn?
I think it is me. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, go.
Okay. Next vacation spot.
I want to go somewhere in the Caribbean. I don't know. I have a friend that loves to go to Barbados, so maybe Barbados.
Yes, please. And your friend is available to go with you, just so you know. Your turn.
What's your favorite color?
Ooh, blue. Some version of blue. Yeah. Okay. Last question. If you could have dinner with anyone, whether they're here or not with us physically anymore, who would that person be?
Well, can we I think you have to exclude, does every Christian not say Jesus Christ?
No. We should. They probably should, but no, hasn't really happened. So
okay. Well, that's my pick.
Okay. Aside from there you go. You're chilling with Jesus. Now that would be a conversation, and I want to just come. Can you imagine the question? Anyways, okay, so because we're going to keep going and we'll go in a whole bunch of different directions, but friends watching, who would you have dinner with? If you could have dinner with anyone, past or present, drop it below. Let us know, because I just think it would be interesting, and tell us why. I'd love to hear why you'd want to have dinner with the person you would have the dinner with. And so just to wrap it up, Never Quit on a Bad Day is available on Amazon. It's available in ebook. You can also get it in paperback, and it can be color or black and white, whatever you choose, on the website as well. So we talked about Jimmy Dick's Jimmy Dick's just love him. And you can get a free preview chapter, and it may or may not be Jimmy Dick's chapter. We're just going to see that in that way. So if you go to Never Quit on a Bad Day, you can enter in your email. We'll send you a free chapter that you can read and work through and watch the video and just be encouraged by it as well. Join us in social media world. So we are on Facebook, so you can come check us out over there as well. We are also available on Instagram too. So join the community and share your goals, share what you're going after. I've been challenging people and encouraging people to take a picture with the book and post one of your goals. What are you working on? So we can cheer you on, right? We love to cheer and support. So you can tag us in your post, use the hashtag as well, Never Quit on a Bad Day, so we can see what you're working on. And every month we're going to highlight someone and just cheer them on and encourage them as well while they are working through their goals. And basically by taking a picture with the book, you're just stating that you're never going to quit on a bad day. You know there's going to be bumps, you know there's going to be challenges, but you're going after goals. I'm excited because I know we can encourage other people when they see us going after our goals. It inspires them as well too. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us along this journey of Burst of Brilliance. It has been fun. I'm so excited for you to just meet some of the amazing people that I'm fortunate and grateful to have in my life. And Vanessa, thank you so much for taking time out. Because as I said, you are one busy woman. You have a lot on your plate. And so to take time out to write a foreword and an afterword that just brings the book together, sets the tone with the foreword, wraps a bow on it with the afterword. I just appreciate and adore you. And thank you for being such an incredible friend and mentor in my life.
Oh, Phoebe, thank you for doing this. Thank you for writing this. Really, thank you for putting this together, for giving people hope. You're going to help so many people, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And friends, thank you for watching us. Thank you for joining. We will see you soon. And just keep going after your goals. We're cheering you on. We believe in you. We support you. And we're excited for your future. So everybody have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.